Welcome, everyone. I'm Kavita Khanna, your coach for the evening. We are here for a fun learning session. Let's master simple present tense. Present is beautiful with simple present tense.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Aswathy Padmanabhan, your coach for the evening, and we are going to speak about a very important topic. Let's master simple present tense, as your coach Kavita said, right? So, are you ready, viewers? Today's topic is related to tenses. Um, I have tenses ever given you tension? I have seen people struggling with tenses, with their language going inaccurate. So what is simple present tense? And we are going to talk about it. So Kavita, yes, what is simple present tense all about?
So, Ashwati, simple present tense is all about subject and verb agreement. You need to match your verb according to your subject.
Right. Kavita, if you can make our learners understand, because subject verb agreement, very two heavy words, right? So if you can make
Right.
the learners understand what is subject, what is verb, that
Yeah.
would be great.
Okay, great. So when I'm talking about words, I am talking about words like is, am, are. I am talking about words like have, has. Also, I'm talking about words like do, does. Simple present tense also talks about action words, Ashwati. So when I say action words, run, walk, eat, my physical action words. All right. And we need to match these with our subjects. So when I talk about subject, I'm talking about words where, we begin our sentence. So we generally begin with words like I, you, we, they, or we begin our sentence with he, she, it. We can also have, substitute these subjects with nouns. For example, I am talking about Rahul, or I'm talking about Rita, or maybe I'm talking about my mother, or I'm talking about India. So that's how you substitute, the pronouns instead of the nouns. So these become my subject, and my verbs are the words that I just showed you. So you need to match the verbs along with the subjects. That is what is simple present tense.
Exactly. So
Yes.
these are subjects and these are verbs. So Kavita made it very clear. Now, initially we talked about subject verb agreement. So what does the rule say?
So the rule is very simple. The rule is, we need to be very careful about these letters, okay? S and ES. So when I talk about simple present tense, I'm talking about letters S and ES, and where, how do we have to match it with? We have to match it with the third person singular. So when I say third person singular, Ashwati, I'm sure our learners, have an idea about what exactly is a third person singular. So I'm talking about words like he, she, or it. So if I'm
Yes,
saying Ashwati, I need whatever verb I'm using, I need to use an S or an ES with it. So that is exactly what the rule is. So, for example, if I have to talk about, pronouns like I, you, we, they, we talk about verb number one. There is no change. It's like mathematical formula. So there is no change. Okay. But when we talk about he, she, or it, we add SES to the verb. Let's have some example,
yes, exactly. Because
Ashwati.
it is very easy to learn with examples. So just like Coach Kavita said, the singular, so sorry, the first person, second person, there is no change in the verb. If I need to give you some examples, it is like I eat, you eat, right? Even with the plural, we eat, they eat. So there is no change in the verb, right?
Correct.
I, you, we, they. We all eat. Correct.
Absolutely.
Now, yes, about the third person singular, right? He, she, it. We have to change the form of the verb. We have to add s or es. So he eats, she eats, right? It eats, right? Any other example, Kavita? that you would
So,
like to give?
yeah, so we can change the verb, Ashwati. For example, I sleep, you sleep, we sleep, they sleep. And in fact, if I'm talking about he sleeps or she sleeps or, the dog sleeps. So
Yes.
this particular example, this particular rule, we need to link it to all the simple present sentences that we come across. The rule is simple. We just have to remember and link it. Every time we come up with a simple present sentence, we are going to use this particular rule. Let's have
Right.
some more examples, Ashwati.
Yes. To give some sentence, a baby sleeps in the room. The
Right,
baby sleeps in the room. My
right.
son eats too many chocolates. Right?
Okay, great.
Why don't
If
you give
I
some examples?
Yeah, so if I have to talk about, well, maybe I sleep around 11 every night, or
Okay.
my kids eat green leafy vegetables, just to say
That's
a
very
sentence.
rare.
Don't. So learners, it is very important to add s to the third person singular, else our sentences will become grammatically incorrect. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, so we learned the structure of the sentences in simple present. Now, where do we use it? Right? This rule is applied when we talk about habitual actions, things that happen regularly, usually, occasionally, often. Right? These are the words which are used in simple present tense. So, simple present we use when we talk about habitual actions, things that happen regularly. So, Kavita, tell me something that you do every day.
I brush my teeth every day.
Oh, really?
I have my breakfast every day. Yes. Yes.
Great. Okay. Now, I want to ask you, tell me something that your friend does every day.
Okay. So when I'm talking about my friend, I would say my friend messages me every day.
Yes.
What about you, Ashwati? Tell me what your
Uh,
best friend does every day.
my best friend calls me every day.
Okay, that's great.
Right?
My
That
friend also smiles at me every day.
great. So this is how you change the verb form of a verb form when the subject is singular. Now, talking about verb is, am, are. They used to talk about facts, right? We have another session wherein we talk about is, am, are. So is, am, are talk about facts. To give examples, I'm a trainer. You are a learner. I am tall. We are human beings. Right, Kavita?
Correct. Absolutely. The role of have or has, when we talk about the role of have or has in simple present tense, so my dear viewers, they talk about possession, what we possess, or we are the owner of something. For example, I have a car, she has long hair, I have a beautiful family, or if I'm talking about some other person, Ashwati has beautiful hair, I would say a black beautiful hair. So the rule is again simple with I, you, we, they. Again, we follow have, and with he, she, or it, we follow has. A lot of people have this confusion. So if you have a clarity, ki, okay, I, you, we, they are used differently, and he, she, or it is they are used differently in simple
Exactly.
present tenses. So then there is no need of any confusion.
I think the
Yes.
same confusion is there about the third person singular. The
Yes.
third person singular rule is with do, does. So Kavita
Correct.
talked about has, have. Now do, does. Right? He does yoga every day. She does a lot of mistakes. Very common mistake. She do yoga. He do yoga.
Ah,
He doing a lot
absolutely.
of mistakes.
Yes.
Right? So do or does is mainly used in negative sentences also. Right? They do not care about us. He does not care about us. So tell me, Kavita, something that your son doesn't like.
My son
Doesn't
doesn't like.
like.
My son doesn't like. Okay, common mistake. My
Yes,
son don't like. So
yes.
my son doesn't like healthy food, like all the sons. I'm sure your son also doesn't like healthy food. They like generally I've seen kids liking junk food. My son doesn't like healthy food. He doesn't like nutritious diet. I can also use do and does with questions, Ashwati. If I'm asking questions, regular habit questions. So if I ask you, does your son eat healthy food? So I can ask, right? And why does? Because I have used a third person singular. So I can't say, do your son eat healthy food? But if I'm talking about both your sons, so then maybe it would be, do your sons eat healthy food? If I'm talking about one son, it would be does. Does your son eat healthy food?
I'm confused.
So come on, answer.
Yes, and the answer will be either positive or negative.
Correct.
Yes, he eats healthy food. He doesn't eat healthy food. Right? I hope our learners understood the concept. Right?
Okay. Yes,
Now,
absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely. So why not ask some questions with do or does?
Yes, because questions are really tough to ask. It's very easy to learn sometimes the normal sentences, but when you come to questions, yes, learners really struggle.
Okay. So before we start, Ashwati, there are
I like,
some learners who are telling us, "Are you fine?" Dheeraj is telling us. Nirupama is wishing us good evening. So good evening, everyone, whoever is watching us. So
right.
good evening, and let's understand simple present tense a little better, because we do not want you to make these mistakes. And let's
Yes. Questions?
understand. Let's ask each other some questions,
Right.
Ashwati.
So, Kavita, do you like cricket?
Am I supposed to answer or only question?
No,
Question.
I got your answer. Learners, please
Okay.
understand this is called body language, non-verbal communication.
Okay, Ashwati, does your mother speak Hindi?
Yes. Right.
But you were not supposed to answer. We were only playing the question round.
No,
Come
I
on.
think it's quite natural, when you asked a question, I answered, right?
Yeah, correct.
Does your
Uh,
friend help you in need?
she does. Do you make dosa every day, Ashwati?
Yes, I do. Do you like dosa?
Now, what is my body language telling you?
Yes.
Okay, let's also practice negative sentences,
Right.
Ashwati. So let me guess, what is your habit? So Ashwati does not take tea. Am I right?
Wrong.
Okay.
Yes. And Kavita does not drink coffee, I guess.
That's true. That's true. I don't. I
Yeah.
prefer tea. Yes. Okay. Let me guess. Ashwati does not like movies.
Mm, yes, partially I agree with you because
Okay.
yes, I'm very selective about the movies.
Okay.
Now, Kavita does not like chocolates.
That's wrong. I love them. I love them. Now you're
Sorry.
wrong. Okay. All right. So these are all, related to our habits. And when we talk about our habits, we generally use do or does. Again, the rule is the
Yes.
same. Learners, please don't forget, I, you, we, they is one team. He, she, it is another team. And we follow do and have with this first person and second person. With the third person, all the rules. So your third person is a very neglected family of grammar. Okay. So all the rules are, with the third person. So we use does and we use has with the third person. Please be very particular when you're talking about a third person singular, because see, there are certain mistakes जो चल जाते हैं, there are certain mistakes जो नहीं चलते हैं. Okay, and ये वाली जो mistake है, ये नहीं चलने वाली mistake है, right?
Another common mistake or confusion, Kavita,
Yeah.
normally learners have. What about words like each, every, right? It's plural,
Yes.
singular.
Yes. So words like each and every, Ashwati, are regarded as singular, third person singular. So we definitely add, s and es with each or with every. Let's
I'll
have
give
some
an
examples.
example.
Yes.
Every learner enjoys your class.
Oh, that I don't know, but each learner asks me questions.
Yes. So these are considered to be singular, right?
Correct, correct,
Now,
correct.
what are the common mistakes? So when we learn something, it is always good if we take some, if we tell the learners about some common mistakes that happen with simple present tense. So what are the common mistakes that you have seen?
The most common mistake I would say is the use of ing,
Yes,
Ashwati. When we talk
yes, yes.
about a fact or a habitual action, I have seen learners making a lot of mistakes with ing. What they're not
Certainly.
supposed to be, converting in ing, they always have ing. They are in love with ing.
Oh, I'll give some
Kavita is
examples.
okay. I was just about to
Yes.
give. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, Kavita is knowing Ashwati,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yes,
I'm understanding simple present tense.
correct.
I'm recommending alphabet to you.
Ah, yes.
I am liking your company t-shirt, right?
Right. So these are the words that we are not supposed to be using with ing
Yes.
because they belong to a category, and grammatically we call them stative verbs. All right. So understand, recommend, like,
Like,
these are certain words which cannot take ing form. So they always have to be the simple present tense.
mhm,
Kavita knows Ashwati. I understand everything. I recommend Alphabot to everyone. And
right,
I like your t-shirt too. Okay, so learners, please do not fall in love with ing because ing is not used like that.
correct, correct. Now, let's ask some more questions, Kavita,
Yes.
right?
Okay. So, my dear learners, if you are here with us, why not, try guessing some answers. But Ashwati, I'm going to ask you certain questions. And if
Okay.
our learners are with us and they are listening to us, they may type the answer. And let's see if you are right or wrong. Shall I start?
Yes,
Okay, so you need to listen to me very carefully because
yes.
we are also improving on listening skills. Everything we are in a habit
Mhm.
of, typing everything, and everything should be in front of your eyes. So today I am not giving you the typed answer. I am reading it out. I mean, I am telling you, and you have
Yes,
to listen to me carefully and
yes.
try to guess the answers.
Mhm,
Okay, are you
mhm.
ready?
Yes,
Okay, so my first sentence, is you need to give me the correct form of verb. All right, I'll show you the verb. You have to give me the correct form of verb. Okay, my first
so that
sentence
means
is
I need to decide whether to add S or ES,
perfect.
right?
Yes, or
Or just the base form of the verb,
yes, or
right?
just the base form, or maybe it maybe is, am, or have, has, any kind
Yes,
of a sentence. All right,
yes.
so let's
Okay.
see. Let's see whether you get it or not. My first sentence is mom and dad dash us. Mom and dad dash us. Mom and
Mom
dad
and dad,
dash us. Love
there
or
are two
loves.
people,
Okay.
right? Mom and dad, two people. So love, first one.
Okay, mom and dad love us. So if our learners have also thought love us, so it is the correct answer. And would you tell us, like, why is it love?
Yes, mom and dad, two are there.
Yes,
Yes, plural.
absolutely, because the subject becomes plural, and it takes the pronoun they. So they love us. All right. So
Right,
you got it. All right.
right.
Doesn't matter. I'll change the sentence, but the
Okay,
keeping the same verbs. Now tell
okay.
me, everybody, everybody dash freedom. Everybody dash freedom.
We
Love
just talked
or
about
loves?
that. Hmm.
Everybody dash freedom. Love or loves?
Everybody,
Come on, learners, give us your answers. And Ashwati ma'am is also going to give you the answer. So
yes.
come on, everybody
Everybody
dash freedom.
loves freedom.
Are you sure?
Yes, I think.
Okay. So everybody loves freedom.
Right.
Everybody loves freedom. Why S? Why S? Because
We just told.
everybody falls under third person singular. All right. Let me change
Every,
my
each,
each and
singular.
every become third person singular. Okay. Let me change the verbs now. All right.
Yes.
One of my students, Aswathy, one
Hmm.
of my students dash a qualified nurse. One of my students dash a qualified nurse. Tell me.
One of my students.
Yes. Okay, so
Right?
we are getting a lot of replies. I must tell you, Ashwati, people are talking about the answers. So we have
Okay.
Dheeraj, Neelu, Sagar, Jiva, Sagar. Yes. So they are coming up with answers. Okay, so let them guess. Let us wait for them to say the answer. Okay. One of my students dash a qualified nurse. So, will it be is or will it be are? Come on, come on,
I
come
think I
on.
will go for an audience poll. So
You'll go for the
you
audience
tell
poll.
me, tell me what are they saying.
Okay. Come on, Ashwati. Tell us the answer.
Okay. One of my students is a qualified nurse,
Perfect. And why is?
but I think we're
Why
quite
is?
confused about one, and then you told students.
Correct.
So very confusing, right?
Okay. So
But
one,
one of my students. It's
correct.
one of my students.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are talking about one out of many. Actual,
Right.
actually, we are talking about only one. And because we are talking about one, S will be, sorry, this will be singular, right? So if one of my students is a qualified nurse. All right. We have answers coming from, okay, Anita, we have Jess, we have Kavita, we have Nirupama. Okay, a lot of our learners have actually given the answer. Some of them have given correct, some of them have given wrong, doesn't matter, but I'm sure
Yes.
you have understood the concept. Okay, so let me ask you another question. Shall I?
One of is like, it's from a group. We
Correct.
select one.
Correct. Correct. So let me ask you another question. Okay.
Yes.
So Ashwati, again, let me have the same verbs. All right. Now tell me the quality of these apples. The quality of these apples dash not good. The quality of these apples dash not good.
She's
Come
asking
on.
very confusing questions for all
Yes.
of us, right?
Yes.
So the quality is singular, apples plural,
Correct.
right? So what are the options? Why don't
Option
you give
is
some
an
more
R.
options?
But I can't give a lot of you have to select the word. Come on. The
Right.
quality of these apples dash not good. Come on, viewers, give the answer.
The quality of these, quality singular, apples plural, but we are talking about the quality. So that is the
Okay.
subject, right? So the quality of these apple is not good.
All right. Okay. Yes. The quality of these apples is not good. Okay, because your thing was absolutely correct. What you understood was we are stressing upon the quality and we are not stressing upon the apples, and that is why it will be is. The quality of these apples is not good, and that reminds me of another question. Okay, Ashwati, that reminds me of another question. I want you to answer this again with is and are. And before we get on, okay, so there are people who have made mistakes. All right, so I would want our learners to please understand the quality of these apples is not good. Why? Because
Yes.
we're not talking about apples, we're talking about the quality, and quality is singular. Okay, so I hope Rohit, Sagar, Jiva, Neelu, Dheeraj, Nirupama, I hope you have understood what we are trying to say. Okay. Another question for all of you with the
Yes.
same verbs, because is our looks very simple, but they can be very confusing. Okay.
Exactly.
Another one. Listen to me very carefully. That pair of scissors. That pair of scissors with the orange handle, that pair of scissors with the orange handle dash missing. That
That's a very long
pair,
question.
yes, so you have to listen to me. That pair of scissors with the orange handle dash missing.
Okay. That pair of scissors. Now the question is pair of scissors, singular or plural,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Orange handle, yes, I know it's plural,
Okay.
right?
Or with the orange handle.
Yes, with the orange handle. Yes, that's a
That pair
singular.
of scissors
Hmm.
with the orange handle dash missing.
That pair of scissors with the orange handle is missing.
Okay. And what made you say that? Are we talking about scissors? Are we talking about handle? Are we talking about pair? Are we talking about that? Tell us, Ashwati.
Yes, I think the learners need to answer this, right? What
Okay.
are we
Come
talking
on,
about? Because
learners.
it's
What
like,
are we talking about? Are we talking about? So, where is the stress? So, if you're talking about the subject, see, I said simple present tense is all about subject and verb. But if I'm
yes,
talking about the subject, that pair of scissors with the orange handle, what am I stressing upon? Am I talking about pair? Am I talking about the word that? Am I talking about scissors? Am I talking about the orange handle? What are we talking about? Okay, a lot of our learners have given us the answer. Kavita has said are, Jiva has said is, Neelu has said are,
okay.
Dheeraj has said is, Sagar, okay, Kavita has again turned to is. All right. So Nirupama, Anita, and they are saying is, and Jess is saying are. Now you have to really clear this confusion because half of them
Yes,
are saying is, half of them are saying are, and we need to clear this. Okay, I'll repeat the question. That
that.
pair of scissors with the orange handle dash missing.
So we are of course not talking about the orange handle,
Correct.
right? We are
Yes.
talking about the that pair of scissors.
Hmm.
That pair of scissors
So the focus
with
is
is missing.
okay. The focus is on the pair. All right.
Yes.
The focus is on the pair, pair being a collective noun. So it is going to be singular. So that pair of scissors with the orange handle is missing. Okay. So everyone who has said is, you are correct. All right. So this is all about simple present tense. So small little verbs is, am, are, do, does, have, has. Definitely, they are very important, and a lot of times in our sentences we make this mistake, and we are not sure whether we have spoken correctly or not. So let's revise once,
Yes, a quick
Ashwati.
revision. So we spoke about the use of yes, es in our language according to subject, with singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verbs. That's exactly why we talked about subject verb agreement, and we explained to you which are singular subject and plural subjects. Right now, some more example. Kavita and Ashwati come every Saturday.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Yes. Kavita takes an interesting class, right? Ashwati talks about the importance of grammar,
Perfect.
right? Just like today, like we have explained many concepts, right? Now, each one of us is happy to talk to you. Everyone enjoys our class. Everyone enjoys our class, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And now we are ready to answer your questions. If there are any questions which you would want us to answer, please type the question. Anything that you are finding to be confusing, you please put it up in the comment box so that we can really look up to it, and then
Yes.
we can answer the questions.
Hmm.
Okay. So there was a question. All right. So Suman is asking a question. Where do we put es in the verb? We definitely spoke about Ashwati
Oh,
about
yes.
s, but we did not
I
speak
think,
about es.
yeah, I think
All
we just
right.
talked about
S.
eats and sleeps,
Correct.
right?
Correct. Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So I would like to answer this question.
Mhm.
See, there are certain verbs which end with, okay, there are certain verbs which end with ch. There are certain verbs which end with sh. There are certain words which end with verbs which end with o. For example, when I'm talking about go, when I'm talking about
Yes.
watch, when I'm talking about push. Okay, so verbs which end with ch, SH and O, particularly when we use it with third person singular, we add ES to it. For example, Aswathy goes to the temple every day. So when I say goes, ES will be added. ES. Aswathy watches television every day. So it cannot be watched. It cannot be watched. I've heard people making this mistake. So watches, ES. And suppose if I say Aswathy punishes her child every day. so I cannot say Aswathy punish her child. I cannot say like that, right? So punish has to come with ES because it's ending with SH. All right. So make sure that you use the verbs correctly. Okay. Okay. One learner is asking us.
Yes.
Aswathy, if you can answer that, would you explain one of your favorite actor or actors?
Okay, right. So we just talked about it. One of my students, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
you're selecting one from a group. So in that case, it's one of your favorite actors, one of my students, right? But it's after that, when you frame a simple, when you make a simple present sentence, it will be one of my favorite actors. Um, go, right? The base form of the verb would come.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. And advanced learners also make this mistake. Abhishek, no, sorry, Akshay Kumar is one of my favorite actors. They always come up with this mistake. So we need to be a little careful when we are talking about one amongst many. So one of my favorite actors, one of my favorite students, one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite hobbies, make it plural. Okay, but the word followed with it would be singular. So one of my favorite movies is Three Idiots.
Yes, yes. So it is treated as singular subject. And to the previous question, I think there is one more verb, study,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
How do you add S or ES form to it,
Okay. You're
right?
talking about STUDY?
Yes.
Okay. So
Hmm.
we add IES to it.
Yes, we add
Correct.
IES to it,
So
right?
because verbs ending with Y, we add IES to it.
Yes.
Right.
So there are
Okay.
many things to talk about, but I think it's
Yeah.
time for us to wind up.
Yes, and Dheeraj Gupta has given a sentence, okay? And Aswathy, if you can tell us if the sentence is correct or not. Does
Mhm.
your friend like apples? Okay, he has put up a question with does. Do you like anyone? So is that the, so he's asking
Okay.
us, if
Now,
that is the right way of asking questions?
see, in a question, do or does is being used according to the subject of the question,
Correct.
right? Do you like? Do you
Absolutely.
like? Does he likes? Sorry, does he like?
Correct. So that's what he said. Does
Hmm.
your friend like apple? You have written apple in your comment box. It would be apples because in general, when we are asking about something, we ask in plural. So does your friend like apples? Of course, he
Yes.
loves apples. She loves apples. She likes
Hmm.
apples. So when you are replying to it, your answer would be in positive or in a negative
Yes.
sentence.
Yes,
No,
he
my
does.
friend doesn't like,
Hmm.
right? Okay. Do you like any
In short
celebrity?
form, we can give answers like yes, he does, or yes, I do. No, I
Absolutely.
don't.
And it's a very effective way of saying. It's a very effective
Yes,
way of saying yes,
yes,
he does. No, he doesn't.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, great, great. So I think we've had a lovely session, and our learners, our viewers have got a little clarity on simple present tense. If you have really liked our session, in fact, we come up, in a week so many times with topics
Right.
related to English communication, English proficiency. Please subscribe our channel so that you get notified every time we go live. Yes, Ashwati?
Yes, yes. So see you next Saturday, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So take care, everyone. Thank you for being with us. And
Thank
do
you.
come again. We will be there with something different. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Bye bye.